I live in Brooklyn and I don't need a car until I do. Like this past weekend when I need to run some errands, I was taking all my winter clothes out, putting them into storage, and grabbing my spring and summer clothes. So for when I need this, when I need a car, I use ZipCar. It's really easy. I could pick up a car around the neighborhood, zip around town for a couple hours, and put it back right where it belongs. All good. It's a great service. I love it. Works well until the very end. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you look here, this is the right before you're about to pay screen. So you went around, did your errands, got your clothes out of storage in my case, and parked the car. You're about to end. You're about to pay. Confirm and pay. All good. No problem there. You pay, or I paid. Things work fine, and now we're here. And it says, "Hey, thanks for using ZipCar. Again, no problem. Your trip summary, trip cost, your payments, blah blah blah. All good." You scroll all the way down, and that's it. There's no way to go back, no way to go forward, no way to navigate out of the screen, except for this little arrow up here, which is a back arrow, which I know from my time in design and tech, not to press. Do not press that button. Do not go back. But I'm so curious because I know a number of people who aren't as tech savvy as me who still use ZipCar will probably hit that back button. So I was curious. I hit that back button, and it takes you to this screen, which now it says you're back on your current trip, even though I just ended the trip. But did I? I think I did. This is telling me current trip. And you get this little error message that says canceling the trip is not possible once started. But I'm not trying to cancel. I was just wanting to get back, or I want to be done with this, and there was no way to say I'm done here, and so the only button I could press was back. I guess I could have hit the tab bar, some navigations, but I didn't want to search or drive. I was already on trips. I didn't want to go to my account. I didn't know what to do. I just hit back, and so it ends up being a very uncomfortable experience. Eventually I did hit trips again, and it just takes me back to the confirmation screen, so I think thank goodness. But it did create a moment of worry, concern, and anxiety. And to paint the picture, it's, we're here watching this wherever in some comfortable space, whatever. And I'm recording this in my office, but that's not the reality. In reality, I'm out in Brooklyn. And if you're just a regular user, you're out and about wherever that is. And you got done doing your errands or running your trip, running around town. In my case, I was just done getting things out of storage, putting things in storage, and I'm hot, and I'm annoyed, and I'm frustrated, and it's already been a long day, and now I'm seeing this, and I'm trying to figure out, did I get double paid or double charged, and did my trip actually end? I'm pretty sure it ended. It looks like it ended, but it also says I'm on the current trip, and are they charging me again? Do I got to check on that? Maybe I should make a reminder. How do I handle that? If I do get charged again, do I have to call customer service? What is going on? And the whole time also, I need to get home and I got more errands to do. And this is my plan for Saturday. It wasn't to navigate the ins and outs of the UX of ZipCar, but here I am. So all in all, makes for a little bit of an uncomfortable experience at the end. Luckily, everything worked out. It's fine. I did not get charged twice. My trip did end. The car is back in its rightful place. Everything's all good. But there was a moment of kind of frustration, anxiety, and worry there. And so I was thinking about it. I was thinking, what would be needed here? In any general case, what we would need here is some sort of I'm done here button, just in general. But I thought about it a little bit further, and what ZipCar does, they kind of teach you and more or less educate you and train you that you should always expect a green button at the bottom. So if we look here, this on the left, this is when you're about to book, or you're searching for a car, and you found a car, you're like, I'm interested in this one. The very bottom of the screen, you get a green. Next, before you pay for the car, before you go on the trip and you want to confirm and pay for this car, you scroll to the bottom, confirm, and pay. After your trip, and so this is on the third screen here, when you're done, you parked it, you're all done, there's a confirm and pay. So in all of the flows, there's this green confirmation button at the bottom. It says, hey, you're done here. Or move on to the next step or whatever it might be. But there's this button, nice big green, that says move on or you're done, and or it's at the end of the flow. And you learn to use that in ZipCar. However, at the very end, when you're actually finished, there's no green button. So what would be the solution here? Just put a green button that says all done and it just takes you home or takes you to your trip history. Gives that sense of security. Sure, everything works and everything's still fine, except if you hit that back button right away. Don't do that. But you can just hit trips. You can hit maybe search or drive or account, whatever you want. You could do all that, and everything did work out fine. But it's all about having that sense of confidence and security that you kind of taught me going through this process. And it's all about when we talk about the look and feel, it's about the feel. How does this feel? How does the feel of the app? Does it give me that sense of security and confidence? For the most part, it did until the end. And it's very important, particularly in ZipCar's case, because of the peak end rule, which is a psychological heuristic that suggests people judge an experience largely based on how they felt at its most intense point, the peak, and at its end, rather than the experience as a whole. So in this case, this is the end of the experience. And if I wasn't thinking about the design and thinking about creating this video, I might have left thinking, you know what? It was just an okay experience. It got really rocky at the end, and that's how I'm going to judge it. But as I kind of thought through the whole experience as a whole, it wasn't as bad as the end. But still, nonetheless, I think a lot of people may have that experience. And I'm sure at some level still shaped my experience of ZipCar. So the moral of the story here is breaking consistency can break their confidence. Use consistency to build up confidence in the app. You teach people this is how things are used, this is how things work, and you create that sense of trust almost between you and the app. So you break that consistency, you break confidence, be consistent in your designs.